welcome to the B Team Podcast. I am your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host,
At Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
We're here every week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. The B Team Podcast. Be here. Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, with my co-hosts,
Kayla and May,
and my permanent guest,
Mallory. Okay,
so for those that are loyal followers of the show halfway through season 2, this is not Bobby and Matthew. We have upgraded our talent significantly today. And quite honestly, we're talking about ice cream, and so we'd rather have teenagers who probably are ice cream experts. So Kayla, you are my daughter, 14 years old.
Yes.
Maeve, stepdaughter, 16.
Yep.
Mallory, not my daughter, not my stepdaughter, but you are part of the Matt and Carrie clan. Shout out to Matt and Carrie.
Yes. Second one, middle child. Yep.
Number 2.
Yep.
And are you guys excited to be here today to film?
Yes.
I mean, eating ice cream, what could be so bad, right?
You did your homework. You nailed it on the new guests.
I mean, would there be anything better?
This is a professional operation.
Having 3 old guys eat ice cream and push it out on social media to 5 followers, or 3 teenage girls eating ice cream. I mean, we did good for you today.
Yeah, you definitely did good. We're subbing out the bourbon for the ice cream, so it makes sense that we're subbing out the crowd.
Winner
as well. You know what I mean?
Chicken dinner.
Absolutely.
Now, there's going to be high pressure on you today.
Yeah, I know.
Maeve is a 6-time All-American Ice Cream International Taste Tester.
Yeah, that's the type of talent we're looking for here.
Yes.
At Honeybean. I mean,
She is going to know the ingredients down to. I'm tasting the praline, a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah, you're going to get.
You're going to get notes.
Today.
We're going to get some notes, and I'm excited about that.
Now, the reality is, Mallory, she is culinary trained, correct? Can you get your qualifications, your real ones?
So, through a Bentonville Schools program called Ignite, I'm like 3/4 of the way through my associate's degree in culinary school.
Heck yeah.
And then I'm attending BYU for my bachelor's degree in food science. So, yeah.
Congrats. That's really cool.
Thanks.
So
I'm jealous.
These are novices. These are just ice cream eaters.
Yeah.
But we have a professional here today.
Yeah. More professional than me. That's for sure.
Well, we're going to get to you. I'm excited about this. We're here every Thursday for all things business, Bentonville, and bourbon. We're going to cut the bourbon today because I'd probably go to jail having teenagers drink bourbon. But today we're bringing in Hunter, who I had a privilege of meeting a few weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
And you are the owner, proprietor, founder of Honeybean Ice Cream Truck.
Yeah. So me and my wife started Honeybean it'll be 2 years. I guess our LLC is 2 years old, but we opened at the beginning of August 2 years ago. So coming up on our 2-year anniversary, and me and my wife have been working hard on it for a couple of years and having a really good time with it.
Now, we're going to get into a little bit the dynamics of working husband-wife because I work with my wife. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Maeve's mom. And it's not always rosy.
No, not always.
It's not always rosy. You got to have to, a church and state, a little bit of divide on who does what.
For sure.
Stay in your lanes.
I'll if we're going there later, I'll save that content for when we get there. But we have a great working relationship. It's very comfortable. But there's been some rocky moments. Well, as with any working relationship.
But at night, you're ready to put your head on the pillow, and it's like, good night. Let's talk about what happened with the ice cream. It never goes away.
It never goes away. Me more than her. She would probably like to put it away a little more often than I can't put it away very often. Struggle with that a little bit.
Do you agree? We talk about the Gents place. Shout out to the Gents place all the time in the house, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he obsessed?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
that kind of happens.
Topic,
breakfast topic.
Yeah.
caramel and drop off stuff.
It never goes away.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
If you have a 9-to-5 job, right? 5:05, you're moving on to the next thing. But because you're a business owner, it just sticks around and stays all the time.
There's no clocking out.
So 2 years. So where were you located before? Because now you're over on 5th Street, right on the corner with Jay by the Walmart campus. Shout out to Walmart.
Shout out.
Great location.
Walmart's kind of a big company, so shout out.
Number one.
Yeah, so we have not had a location. This is our first time. We started doing private events. Our first event was kind of just a pop-up, mostly our friends and family, and honestly, we had a bigger turnout than we expected, which was really fun to see. My hands, I was using the wrong type of ice cream scoop. My hands were bleeding the first night. It was quite an adventure. That's part of the growing pains of starting a business. You find out all the things that you never knew you didn't know. And then we booked a wedding for some of our some people we went to college with that we kind of knew in college. And then from there, we were off mostly doing private events. We tried to do the Rogers Farmers Market last year, but it ended up being, it was a little early in the morning, and then we ended up booking so many weddings specifically that our weekend schedule got too booked with both me and my wife working full-time on top of running the ice cream.
So you guys had had jobs and still have jobs on top of it?
Yes. So as of 6 weeks ago, I'm doing the ice cream full-time. Thank you. Yeah. I'm more excited than my wife is, but we're having fun with it. It's a good thing I did because we've been slammed busy since we opened our location on the corner of 5th and J. That was kind of the reason we had to. We bought a second food trailer in about March. And so that's going to be our private event trailer that we're doing weddings with and things like that. And then our bigger trailer that's placed on the corner of 5th and J, that's our spot where we kind of build some brand stability, some consistent customer interaction, and get more of like roots planted in Bentonville.
What made you get into ice cream? Like, was it a hobby? Like, how did you get into this?
Yeah, so...
Act like you're interested. This is exciting because he's an entrepreneur.
This is exciting stuff.
Exciting stuff.
This is exciting stuff. So my degree is in mechanical engineering. I kind of went that direction because I've always been a problem solver. But in like high school, I wanted to start a food truck. And my dad really pushed me like, hey, don't do business, do engineering. You have the mind for engineering. You're more of a problem solver. You're more of a math guy. So push me towards engineering. Did my engineering degree. Worked in engineering for about 5 years.
Because dad kind of pushed me that way, in not like discouraging my dreams, but more of like, let's get some credentials down. You're going to get
college,
a job, make money.
Make some money, have the stability to be able to go back to engineering if you decide.
He's probably right.
Like, he's right. Yeah, I would say he's 100% correct.
Because dads are right most of the time.
Yeah, dads give the
Also,
best advice.
Parenting lessons today on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Dads are right most of the time.
So he's a State Farm agent, so he kind of runs his own business. Yeah, he's
State Farm is there.
Yeah. My uncle's a State Farm agent. My sister and my cousin are both selling to train to be State Farm agents. My other uncle is a farmer's agent, so we're a very insurance heavy family. But
it's a rough industry right now.
Went the wrong. It's tough. It's tough. They're battling some things, but they're working through it. So I went the ice cream route.
So did you why ice cream? Like, I mean, it's not easy to make ice cream. Like,
no.
People go, hey, I want to, whoa, watch the chair. Sorry. Okay.
Going back up.
Could you do that?
Coming back up.
That
was me.
I want to make sandwiches. All right, you get the bread and but ice cream's not easy.
No, and temperature controlled and in a food truck.
Yeah.
Generators.
There's a lot of elements.
You're adding more value than Matt, by the way, already.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of elements to it that have been difficult. And to be honest with you, that I'm kind of drawn to that. Like, I'm drawn to the difficult. The reason we picked it was because we didn't feel like there was a lot of like premium scoop ice cream in Northwest Arkansas. There's some good ice cream here, but in general, we felt that there could be more options. And as someone who's been kind of obsessed with the idea of a food truck and wanting to go that direction, I love ice cream. I saw that hole in the market as something that was a little bit lacking when I moved up here, and thought, you know what, I want to give it a shot. So I talked to my wife. And I said, what if I...
Now tell me how this conversation goes. Is it over dinner? Like, do you sweet talk her knowing this is going to be tough?
It typically starts with a text message.
Okay.
You know, I need her some time to process what I'm thinking. Because what happens to me is I get overwhelmingly excited about the idea, right? So I'm like out the gate. I've got a vision for it. I'm talking 5-year plan. She just wants to hear the basic. So I start with a text message, just a little teaser to get the mind going.
What's the text message say?
Text message was basically like, hey, I noticed that there's not a lot of ice cream in town. I thought, what if I start trying to figure out how I could sell?
You went straight in. You didn't even say no sweet talk.
No sweet talk. Okay. No sweet talk. My wife, she's accounting degree, master's in information systems. She did that in 4 years. She's very structured, very by the book. She just wants the information. So the sales pitch doesn't often work on her. She needs the numbers. Mm-hmm. So starting straightforward, just give the information. Right to her, let her start thinking about it.
Now, is it like, are you watching the ... like she's typing, like, and you're saying, I can't wait to see what this is going to be?
It was a long time before the ... even showed.
Oh, you didn't even, she hadn't even read it.
She hadn't read it, or she did read it and she was processing. Ooh. So, which is not always a bad thing. Not always a bad thing. I like an immediate shutdown. That's
the immediate ... would have been bad.
Could be bad.
Yeah.
Could be
You're out of your flipping mind.
Right. Yeah. I guess. So we avoided that, dodged that bullet, and then just started that conversation, talk about what that would look like. So I'll sell it at the farmer's market. We'll bring a deep freezer. We'll get a booth, and we'll start selling pints.
Now, is your wife like my wife? My wife's title is Chief Hole Poker. When I have these brilliant ideas, she starts going, think, can't, like, then I'm like, just
Here's why you can't do
just
it.
start off by saying it's amazing. However, we've learned that. Did you get the it's amazing? However,
Yeah, yes. I didn't get the it's amazing. However, I guess I more got the like that sounds fun.
oh, that's good.
You can look into it more like this is gonna
Your part-time
this is
hobby.
gonna flame out like most of Hunter's ideas typically flame out. Yeah, I looked into it like you're saying, time temperature safe, very important for ice cream. Got to have a commercial kitchen.
Where do you do your production?
Easiest. So let's step
Okay,
into that
yeah.
because it's a great question.
Great question.
And it's
more value than
it's the number one thing that like keeps us from being able to like go further in terms of being able to get our product out there. So the easiest way to get that commercial kitchen is a food truck. So we do our production out of our food truck.
Okay.
So it's based out of our food truck. We do our production out of our food truck, and like to take those steps was way more difficult than I thought it would be. So it's I don't know. It's just been an adventure the whole time.
Yeah.
Let me back up because I'm jumping to the commercial kitchen, but my brain is still backtracking. So convinced my wife. I let me look into it. So I'm looking into it. You have to have a commercial kitchen. Cheapest way to get a commercial kitchen, the food truck. So she probably assumes this is where this dream dies because it went from maybe I'll make some ice cream in our kitchen and sell it at the farmer's market to we have to make an investment in a food truck.
which means it's going from haha cute hobby I love you to this is like
Can I have some money to buy a food truck? Yeah, like
yes.
the seriousness of this has taken a big shift. So I found one on Facebook Marketplace and just sent her a link basically. And
this is a local food truck.
this is a local food truck.
Oh, wow.
Facebook Marketplace. It was in Huntsville, Arkansas. I had been messaging back and forth with them to kind of figure out what price range we were looking at. It fit our basic needs of what we were looking for, checked off what we need commercial kitchen wise, and convinced her on like a Wednesday night. I was like, let's go look at this food truck. Let's just go look at it. Let's go check it out. She was not interested at this point, but being a kind wife, she was willing to go with me, and so decided to go with me. Went and looked at the food truck. It was a really good fit. Like the food truck's really cute. You've seen it. You've been to our spot. That's the food truck that we found on Marketplace. It kind of has like it's really big. It kind of has almost a shipping container bar type feel to it. It's got these cool backlit, like Edison type lights.
It's a cool truck.
It's a cool truck. Yeah. So we thought, this is a good price. We could pay cash for
Were you
it.
able to negotiate on the price a little bit?
We negotiated it down just a little bit. Facebook Marketplace, classic, nothing huge. Just like they've listed it here. They probably expect to sell it a little bit less than that. And honestly, we just ended up developing a pretty good relationship with the people that we were selling it with, and they had a food truck business, obviously. So they were kind of sad to part ways with it, shifting their business model a little bit, and we're excited to see us take it and like that the food truck was going to keep going.
Why did you choose to go food truck and go commercial kitchen versus like following the cottage laws and selling at the farmer's market?
So because it's time temperature safe,
So that's not
there
even-
are no
okay.
cottage laws.
Okay.
So a lot of cottage laws have been ruled out when it comes to ice cream or anything that's milk or meat, basically.
Look at
Because
the
that's
value
what I
Mallory's
followed
bringing.
during, like I sell like decorated sugar cookies, and that's
Yeah.
what I followed through that over getting an LLC. It's like I didn't know there. Okay.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
So much easier than jumping through all the hoops.
Mallory, I got to be honest with you. Much more value than your dad. Like, this may be a permanent role for you.
Well, I can't drink bourbon, but I can always.
No. But these questions are much better than. Shout out to Matthew and Bobby, but this may be something where I'm gonna have to negotiate with your mom for your time.
Hey, you got me for a couple more months.
I love it.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I believe you.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, the girls, I'm sure, are very excited to start trying. Unless you guys have any questions.
I don't.
Oh, I did want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Well, as you started taking them out, you have really unique flavor names and flavor profiles.
Yeah.
It's not like vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, pistachio, right? So as you're going through, kind of walk through what we're eating and then how you came up with the names.
Yeah. So this is waffle cones. I didn't want them to break, so they're
we have to have
well
these.
packaged. So I mean, what we've done with our product is like intentionally market as a high quality boutique product. So in ice cream, there's two major factors that determine how high quality the ice cream is. there's milk fat percentage and there's overrun percentage.
You know this stuff, right?
And milk fat percentage, basically, in layman's terms, it's like how heavy is it? So you use more cream rather than milk. So the like cream to milk to 1% milk, right? We use more cream than most ice creams that you buy in the store because we're a super premium ice cream, which is the highest rated in terms of milk fat percentage, which we're at about 14.1 to 14.5, depending on which
So like
flavor we use.
Breyers, like what's the like how?
Like a standard, like Breyers is probably regular or like low end premium. So you're looking at them like at a like 10%.
I mean, this is significant.
So this is significantly higher. So with this, you're looking at Haagen-Dazs and like Jenny's and Salt and Straw. That's where you're looking in terms of as super premium ice cream.
Are you girls getting excited now?
Yeah, this.
So then on with that, so leading into the flavor names, you don't want to have basic flavor names for something that you consider to be like a premium product. So we don't want to just be chocolate because we don't want people to see that and just think that's just plain chocolate ice cream, right? So we wanted to name it in a way that gets people reading, gets people thinking about the ice cream, gets people processing what makes this significant and why the name was chosen.
Well,
So
when I was sitting,
so we got a little.
when I was standing there at, well, why don't you ladies hold it up, right? Like hold up the ice cream. But the nice thing what you just said is, just like you can see, look right there, right there. Look at you, look at our camera angle. Now show it this way. Yay, there you go. Look at the delicious ice cream.
Boom.
But interesting at the food truck though, you're standing there and reading for a period of time because you're really trying to understand. Like if you go into, I don't know, wherever the place, give me a pistachio in a cup with sprinkles. Great, and like you're moving on. But here you're literally studying the menu because you're reading the intricacies of what's in each of the different flavors.
Right.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, it's fun and like it gives us a lot of time to interact with our customers as well. So we get to build this like personal relationship as they work through and process. We really encourage sampling. We want everybody to go home happy and feel like they had a real personal connection. We're not trying to move people in and out really quick.
Yep, I love that because you and your wife are both there typically.
Yeah,
and you're having good
we are as
conversations.
much as possible. So my wife works full time, so I'm going to be there more often than she is. We do private events, and we kind of have to divide and conquer. But a lot of the times, yeah, we get to work together, which is a lot of fun, and we get to work with each other's strengths, which is cool.
All right, ladies. Hunter, where do you want us to start?
Let's do it. So let's start looking at the bottom right.
Bottom right.
That one
Which
there.
one's your right?
This one.
That one there is a pretty like blue and white textured, a little bit of purple in there. That is our Mammy's Kitchen. It's a blueberry cobbler based ice cream. It has pie crust in it. So it's got a little bit of buttery pie crust and it's got that blueberry reduction.
Ladies,
That one's really good.
How we feeling? Good about that?
Yes.
do you taste the blueberries? Like, give us a little bit more than it's good.
Well, I like that it has like the actual like fruit like sauce in it. It's really
Yeah.
good. I like it. It tastes like
And you probably think it's healthy because it's got blueberries in it, right? I mean, clearly it's like,
I think it is. Yeah. It's vitamins.
Mallory, what do you think?
It's good. You can taste like the inclusions. I like that they're like evenly dispersed rather than like,
Well, thank you.
like when you said Jenny's, like that's our favorite ice cream. Like,
Right.
a lot of the times it's sort of like we mainly shop at Walmart. We're in Bentonville. It's like when we go to Florida, when we have a house down there in Publix, that's literally all we get is Jenny's. And it's like, it's very similar to like,
Thank you.
Dad treats for premium ice cream? I thought Dad would go in with a coupon
hey,
and get something.
sometimes we go to Aldi for the regular grocery
Yeah,
shopping.
okay,
When
that's not-
Publix has a BOGO, we can go to Publix.
I was checking. I didn't think
Yeah.
you were telling us tall tales here.
Jenny's rules.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hard support Jenny's.
Yes.
Their ice cream is incredible, and that's
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of what we're chasing is a similar model to a Jenny's type model.
All right, ladies. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you would never eat it again, and 10 being it's the greatest thing you ever ate, how are we rating the first one?
I give it like an 8 because I think it's really good, but who knows, there might be a better one.
So you may come back to it.
Yeah, we're starting
back to
to-
it. I got it. I got it.
I'd say 8.
I'd say probably an 8.
Okay.
Boy, way to be consistent. If Maeve would have said a 9, you would have said a 9. I know how this works.
Okay, wait, I did have a question.
Yeah.
So my dad mentioned you guys using local honey in it.
Yeah.
I taste it. So walk me through that decision to use honey. Is that your main sweetener?
Yeah. So I kind of brushed over. Maybe we didn't get to this part of the story. But Honeybean is as we were developing the recipe. So I just read some ice cream books. I don't have any like culinary experience. I've worked in an ice cream shop before.
I'm like that for my nap.
ice cream o'clock alarm.
Literally.
But yeah, so we started working through recipes, looking at what other companies have used in the past, and a lot of we still have cane sugar in our recipe, but we use honey in every single flavor that we do in place of what most people use as a liquid glucose.
Okay.
So instead of using a liquid glucose, we use Arkansas honey. And I think it brings out a unique flavor. We don't over sweeten it, so you can still taste the honey.
Is that part of the name Honeybean?
That's basically where honeybean came from. So the honeybee is the state insect of Arkansas. And we're both Arkansas natives, me and my wife. So as we were throwing around names, Arkansas obviously was part of kind of where we wanted to draw our roots back to. And looking at honeybee, obviously online, whatever, there's honeybee, could be anything if you Google that. And it was important to me that we created some sort of our own word, just for Google search, how we're going to pop up, our SEO performance, all that stuff. So
SEO, search engine optimization. Try to help you guys.
So honeybean was my wife's idea. I was playing around with honeybee, and she was like, what if we do honeybean? Because we also use vanilla bean in all of our bases. So honeybean is kind of just like an ode to our recipe, our base, where we start, and it's been a really cool brand name.
Well, I'm excited
People
about hearing this, and so is Mallory. The girls, I could tell, are more interested in flavor number 2.
Heck yeah!
I could already tell.
Let's move to honeybean vanilla if we're gonna stay on topic. Yep. So this is our basic base. It's the one we worked the hardest on, because once we got this down, everything kind of evolved out of this place. So you can taste the notes of honey in this one.
Yes.
It's not over sweet, and it goes really good. We do honey beer, which is like our take on root beer. It's kind of an earthy carbonated root tea sweetened with honey. It's really good. It goes great with that. We're starting to do our nitro brew. So we're going to have nitro brew floats. It goes great with that. So this vanilla ice cream is really good as an additive, and it's really good. You can eat a ton of it by itself because it's really not over sweet.
Now, vanilla is the easiest one to compare to everything else because everybody makes a vanilla.
Yep.
That is outstanding. Like, you're catching so many different flavors, and at the end, you're catching the honey. Mm-hmm. That's...
And it like leaves that coating on your tongue to where you can tell that there was a high, like...
Yeah, that milk fat percentage actually sits around in your mouth for a while. Yes. Yeah, it does.
Grades, what do we...
I really like this one. Yeah, I really like it too. Like, it's really creamy. Like you said, you add more cream in it. I really like it.
Do we have a number? Did this surpass blueberry?
Well, I mean, it's vanilla, so it's basically it's really good. So
On a vanilla scale, it's a high.
it's like a yeah.
But in an overall ice cream scale, it's more of like a 6 because it's vanilla.
I give it like a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
7.5.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like a 7 because like you have so many cool flavors that other stores don't have. So I wouldn't normally go for a vanilla.
Okay.
But
I like it.
Good observation.
I like that observation. Okay, let's move quick because
They're gonna melt.
we're seeing some meltage. So let's keep moving. Let's go back middle is going to be the BSC, I believe. They're changing shape. The back, yes, back middle, yep, right there. So that's a brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart.
Oh,
What do we think? I know it's different than a lot of ice cream. People don't use cinnamon a ton, so you get chunks of Pop-Tart in there as well. That got to give you that dry bite.
Yeah.
That a Pop-Tart can bring, and then also that cinnamon sugar.
see, I wouldn't
brought
order
into
that
it.
because it's not something, but I would order it now having tasted it.
Yeah.
And especially with a waffle cone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, crack into those whenever you want. Break them apart. Just dig in with the waffle.
Well, we need to talk about the waffle cones for a second because it's probably as good as the ice cream is, and the ice cream's amazing. Like, these cones are the best cone I ever had in my life.
The cones are like, I will sit in the truck and just eat cones. Like, they're hard to stay away from.
Cone is insane.
But I mean, if you want to talk about what a waffle cone is, I mean, you're talking that's fried butter with enough flour and sugar to hold it together. So it's fried. Basically, it has so much butter in it that you can see the butter bubbling out of it as it's cooking, and then you drop it and roll it and let it sit for about 20 seconds, and you got a waffle cone. So
cone, amazing.
they're pretty easy to execute because it's actually just fried butter.
Yeah.
Critique on the cone.
That's good.
There you go.
I'll take it.
Any t-shirt just it's good.
Yeah. That's good.
All right, as we're melting.
Well, let's keep moving. So the front middle is our strawberry. We call it Arkansas strawberry. I'm from Searcy. We were right next to Bald Knob, which is like, they have the best fresh strawberries come springtime. And we don't get to use Bald Knob strawberries in all of our ice cream because of how far away we are. But we use fresh strawberries every time.
Wow.
No, there's no strawberry extract. There's no frozen to it. That's just a strawberry reduction that we make every time. And I think it's really good. It has a very fresh, like, taste that sits in your mouth after you eat it.
It reminds me of like growing up summer eating strawberries at grandma's house kind of thing. That is, wow.
Well, strawberry is my favorite kind of ice cream, and it doesn't taste like artificial. Like it tastes like really fresh. So
Okay, cool.
good.
So that was so far your favorite of the group?
This is my favorite.
So does that mean that you'll get to the bottom of that one and not have dinner tonight, and then I'll get in trouble with your mom?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's keep going. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Okay, let's keep moving, and let's go front left.
Front left.
So front left is probably our most popular flavor, and to be honest with you, it might be the first non-vanilla flavor that we made. This is our 30,000 feet.
That's your favorite.
My favorite.
It's no. Front left. Sorry, front left. It's our 30,000 feet. It's Biscoff cookie with cookie butter, and we do this with the Biscoff and the Oreo. But we basically we put Biscoff in a food processor until it gets super fine.
Do you know the
And then-
Biscoff story? Like,
No, wait, what? Biscoff story?
well, Biscoff is when you fly American, they give you those little cookies.
Well, that's my little sister. She grew up. She's allergic to milk and dairy, actually, or dairy and eggs. And so, like, when we'd all have peanut butter and jellies, there wasn't a lot of like peanut butter alternatives, like cashew butter and stuff. So she'd always have like Biscoff sandwiches, which is not at all a peanut butter and jelly.
Not
But
the same
we've had
thing.
Biscoff in our house forever. So
That's funny.
yeah.
Well, when I kind of like first had the full urge to like, we're going to go for it, I was on a work trip in Florida, sitting in an ice cream shop, eating an Oreo ice cream that was far and above anything I'd had in Bentonville. And I was like, you know what? I just need to see if I can figure this out. And on the flight home, had a Biscoff cookie, was sitting there thinking about ice cream and thought, you know what? Maybe I'll do a Biscoff ice cream. And it's turned out to be probably our most beloved flavor. People who love Biscoff love this ice cream. So it's been fun to
But what's
see
interesting
people-
now is every time I fly, I think of you and this. It's like, it's strange. Like, I've been on multiple American flights since then. Shout out to American. And I'm like, oh, the Biscoff, the ice cream. I gotta go back and see. I bring home she loves those.
Yeah, it's fun, and we named it 30,000 feet. So we kind of try to come up with something a little creative with all of our flavors. We named it 30,000 feet, but it's a Ben Rector song about flying and talking to a stranger and having kind of a moment on a plane. So kind of that song reminds me of this flavor now, and this flavor is named after it. And we actually got to give Ben Rector a pint of that when we went to a concert of his in Searcy, which is a lot of fun.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Rating on this, girls? You're going to go. I knew you were going to go
10 out of 10.
Best one. I give it a 9 because the strawberry is still my favorite.
Okay.
Me too. I go 9.
Okay, 9. Okay, well, let's move to the last spot. Y'all all have different ones. So you have our s'mores, our You're Killing Me s'mores. Shout out to the Sandlot. You have our gold standard. This is a golden Oreo ice cream with pecans and caramel.
Oh, I had that the other day. That's good.
That one's good. We did that for private events. We'll do a custom flavor, and we did that for Shiloh Christian, their homecoming event. They wanted to do something gold, so we came up with that one, and it's definitely stuck around. And then that one over there is our Grandy's Medicine. It's our chocolate flavor, and I have a good story for why it's called Grandy's Medicine. But y'all go ahead and dig
Now,
in.
as the host, I have to go try all of these, just to be clear.
Yeah. And I've got another flight in here that has some of our more unique flavors that we can do a quick run through. But that Grandy's Medicine, it melts in your mouth really slow because we melt down chocolate and whip it into the base, so it tastes almost fudgy. And the reason we call it Grandy's Medicine is because my grandpa, who I call Grandy, obsessed with chocolate. Really obsessed with everything sweet, but specifically chocolate. And when I was a kid, me and the grandkids would stay at his house, and he'd start coughing, and he'd go over to the fridge, pull out a container of Hershey syrup, put it on a spoon, and take a hit and go, oh, much better. And all the kids would start coughing, run into the fridge, trying to get some of Grandy's Medicine, as we called it. So this flavor now named
Sounds like your
Grandy's
kind of guy.
Medicine.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, he's the best.
That's amazing.
He's the best.
I am blown away. I've tasted only a few of these before. Each one is better than the last. I mean, oh, that's good. Oh, that's even better. Like, it's really hard to pick one.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. We obviously work so hard on just the quality because we know that like with the business's success, the only way to get there is to have a good product that people can rely on. And we can mess up the words that we say to people. We can have a bad interaction, but if we continue to have an excellent product, people are going to keep coming back and forgive us for our little moments, our little errors. And so we work hard on that.
This is one of those, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. So
Oh my God.
quick rundown on this one. Fruity Pebbles. This one's called our Wild Sweet Williams. It's an Earl Grey ice cream with blackberry and dark chocolate. This is our coldest brew, which is our coffee ice cream made with espresso and chocolate chips. This is, I believe, looks like some of the s'mores. I don't know, these have melted enough that it's hard to recognize. Then this one is our homemade. It's our cookie dough, made with my mom's homemade cookie dough minus the egg. And this is our Oreo overload. So y'all dig into that as much as you.
Did I tell you podcasting is fun? You guys didn't believe me. All right, I had the Fruity Pebbles one the other day, which was Ian had that, right?
Yeah. That one's my favorite.
The blackberry Earl Grey one.
One's my favorite.
Yeah, that one's super cool.
That's also very unique. That's the first time I had one. I had this. I thought it was very unique.
So there's a bakery in Searcy where I'm from that does scones, and I'll swear by them as the best scones in the world. And they have a flavor that is an Earl Grey scone with blackberry and dark chocolate. And my mom will bring a 12-pack of them frozen to me. So I'll cook them and eat them. And I was doing it one night going, you know what, this wouldn't be such a bad ice cream flavor. So it's been pretty popular since we got it going.
It tastes like the true fruit, like the Korean does.
It's really good.
There you go. I don't even know what that is. Must be a teenage girl thing.
Yeah.
Things that mom gets.
The little frozen fruits that you...
Oh, yeah. True fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things. Yeah. Shout out to Mom.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh, that coffee one's good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What coffee do you guys use? Do you guys use a local?
Yeah, we do. We use... I like to mix up which roast, but we use Onyx typically.
Okay.
We drink Onyx at home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what we've fallen in love with coffee-wise around here.
Shout out to Onyx.
Shout out Onyx. Onyx rules.
This.
Coffee one's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got an espresso machine specifically to be able to pull high-quality espresso for that. And we're actually doing, this Saturday night, we're doing affogatos at the truck. So we're going to bring the espresso machine in, and we're going to...
Is that going to be a one-time thing?
We're going to try it, see how it goes.
You guys know what affogato is? Nope. So you'll do better than me, but it's in essence, it's coffee poured with ice cream. Like it's like, right, the ice cream's there, then you pour the espresso over it.
Espresso right over the top of it. So we'll take the ice cream, we'll make like a little bowl with the ice cream, and we'll pour the espresso into that bowl, and you can eat it as bitter or as sweet as you want to based on how much you want to mix.
That's going to be a hit. That's my favorite.
They're incredible. I love an affogato.
Oof.
But I love a good cappuccino, so.
It's fantastic. You can make it a cold latte just by stirring it up, or you can get a little bit of the bitterness from the espresso. So they're a lot of fun. We're excited for this Saturday.
Now, Hunter, you sell this, like you sell these little.
We do, yeah.
So
it's a lot of ice cream. We charge $10 for those, so that's the best going deal we got.
Because is it a full scoop? Like,
it's not. It's about a half-size scoop. But we know everybody's going home happy because there's surely at least one of those flavors they're going to like.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
So it works great for us. It also, from an inventory standpoint, we don't burn out on one flavor. So if we don't have people trying different flavors, we typically burn out on our Oreo overload because people are comfortable. Cookies and cream, it's easy, and we'll burn out on one flavor. But given the opportunity for samples and flights, our inventory moves more linearly.
Are these like customizable? Like, do you pick which ones you want?
Yep, I'll go back and scoop, and you just yell them at me. You just yell them at me, and I'll get you whatever you want.
So if one of these ladies was going to have a boyfriend and come for a date of ice cream, would this be enough for two people, or this is for a family?
Well, if one of these ladies has a boyfriend coming for ice cream, and from my experience being that age and a boy, you might need more than that.
More than this.
For normal, non-young growing boys, this is plenty for two. We have a family of 5 that comes, and they get one flight. They're in and out for $10. It's a couple with 3 kids, and they each pick a flavor, and then the parents pick 3 together, and they dig in.
See, Mallory, on the last podcast, or one of the last ones, Matthew was voted the cheapest of the group in here.
Really? Well, yeah.
Right? And really? And so I think that if Matthew came with Mom and the 3 girls, for $10, you can have ice cream for the whole family. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be a hit for Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And like once me and Kennedy are both gone, it would be a hit for Natalie. Well, do you guys have non-dairy flavors?
Yeah, we do. We have one non-dairy flavor that we keep pretty much all the time.
Okay.
It's a coconut milk, coconut cream with honey. It's really good.
Yeah.
So she could get
They could go the whole family. Treat and treat.
Yeah, there you go.
Natalie can down some ice cream.
But if dad, it costs him only $10, and then you have to pay extra for the cones, though.
Oh,
Just an extra $1.
$1.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Can we touch on pricing? Because I'm not going to lie, I think you're at way too inexpensive.
Well, that's kind of the goal.
Okay.
That's kind of the goal at this point. We're at the stage in the game that we're at. We know that like growth is our friend.
Because it's one scoop in a cone is like $4.50, right?
One scoop is $4.50. Add a cone, $5.50. And it's a pretty hearty scoop, and we do a kid scoop for $3.50, which is suffices for a lot of people, and we don't limit that to kids. It's just what we call it. But like our business model goal at some point is to kind of adopt the brewery model, which is create a creamery that's kind of our central hub that we distribute out of, and we do retail. We sell to other ice cream shops to be able to scoop our ice cream. And we also have shops that we get to sell by the scoop, by the tub, and by the pint. So the goal would be eventually to have all three revenue streams fully up and running.
I saw on your Instagram at some point you guys were at Big Lieutenant. Walk me through how that. Came to be.
Cold emails, basically. Right when we were getting started, I just wanted to see kind of what the market was like in terms of our local restaurants looking for an ice cream supplier. And I emailed like 4 restaurants. 2 of them got back to me. And at one point we were in both of them, Uptown Kitchen and the Big Lieutenant.
The other 2 didn't get back to you. We're not going to name them. Shame on them.
Shame.
Shame.
Full shame. I don't even remember who it was, but shame.
Shame.
But the Uptown Kitchen switched chefs, and they no longer use us, which is honestly fine by us because we kind of outkicked our coverage in terms of how much we can produce.
Yeah.
And we would rather focus more on our private events and scoop side right now. But we have a great relationship with the Big Lieutenant. We still supply their ice cream. They've upped their ice cream consumption over there and have sent a lot of people our way. Wow. So it's been a good relationship.
Shipping them like big tubs.
Yeah, so I just drive it over when they'll send me an email. 3 days later, I drop off 3-gallon tubs of
wholesale pricing
ice cream. Yeah, at wholesale pricing for the Big Lit. And then they serve it out. So it's been
Big Lou also is Barclita.
Barclita, yeah, same people. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know if you're not, nothing with Wheezy. Shout out to Wheezy. Nothing down at Barclita.
Nothing at Barclita right now, but I think we actually reached out originally to Barclita and they said no, but that Big Lou would use you. So it's been a great relationship with the Big Lou.
You know where this would be a home run? Mars on Main.
Yeah. You guys should do a pop up there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So
I might have to make that work.
They're doing. Did you see that Jamel Jams? I can't remember. I think her name's Allie. I can't remember her name. She makes all the jams. They're doing a pop-up of making blueberry pie there in that kitchen.
So Mallory's dad, Matt, is on the show Fixer to Fabulous.
Yeah.
With Dave and Jenny. And Dave and Jenny opened Mars on Main, and they're featuring a lot of local stuff. Having local ice cream in Mars on Main, we're going to push this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to have you do it because Dad will never follow up.
Or even if you did like a workshop. I don't know if you guys are into like, I don't know. I feel like if you did like a workshop of like create your own flavor, that'd be fun. Like
that would be
vanilla
fun.
and create your own.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So going back to that though, we do a custom flavor for every event. So we send them a form and they kind of fill out, hey, this is what base flavor we want. This is what swirls, this is what crunches we want in there. And we make it happen for like every wedding. We typically have a fresh custom flavor.
I'm going to give you your next marketing idea.
Bring it on.
No,
yeah.
Now, if my wife Emily's here, chief hole poker, so somebody could poke holes in this, but think about this. Put a contest on Instagram and say, we're going to select somebody to name a flavor after them. And it'll be a flavor that's named for, follow us on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. And this will be called Josh's whatever if I win. And I can come and look, there's my flavor of ice cream I get to pick.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right?
Yeah,
They've done that at Ozark.
I stole it from them. Nobody really steals. But
that's great.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And we definitely do it. And my favorite part of my job is making new flavors, coming up with something new. Letting the creative juices flow.
Are you like making like you go on the internet and just scrolling through and finding things, or you asking ChatGPT to help you?
No, most of it's internally inspired, I would say. So it's just, I'm eating a dessert somewhere. I'm like, I got to find a way to make this into an ice cream, or I don't know, something like that. It's mostly.
And there's a trial and like is a test to learn like this. This needs more fruity pebbles. It needs less milk. It needs more like
trial and error. I mean, at this point, I have a pretty good feel for like what it's going to take. We've done probably over 50 flavors now.
Wow.
So feel pretty comfortable. Like I have a pretty good idea. This might need a little bit more of this, a little bit more of this after, but generally speaking, it's going to be within the range of pretty good on the first shot.
Are you guys in an ice cream coma? Are you guys okay? Show up. Show how much you guys.
Question.
Oh, Gad, please.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor is the Oreo Overload. So I love cookies and cream ice cream. It's just stable. It's the best. I'm surrounded by this all the time. So the unique flavors are fun, and I'll get on a kick where I like really want one of the unique flavors. But standard all the time, the Oreo Overload, it's the best. And I love Oreo ice cream, so I poured my heart and soul into making that what I think is the best Oreo ice cream on the planet.
I would weigh 400 pounds. Like, how are you like not eating ice cream all day long?
I've only been doing this full time for 5 weeks. Check me. No, my wife keeps close tabs on me on that. She doesn't want me eating into the profits. So,
do you ladies have any questions for Hunter?
No, it was really good.
anything. It doesn't have to be ice
Do you
cream
guys
related.
use an ice cream machine, or how do you churn it?
Yeah, we use an ice cream machine. So we have like a big industrial ice cream machine.
Oh, nice.
I had a question for you.
Yeah, bring it on.
I have a few ladies, I'm not going to name any names, maybe Michaela, that are always looking for work and jobs.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you're expanding and looking to hire.
We are, yeah.
Tell us about staffing and what types of jobs you'd have for ice cream experts like these ladies.
So right now we have 2 people that we just kind of like are starting to onboard. We're talking through the process of what that looks like to get them hired. We don't have a ton of work that we're ready to pawn off yet because we really want it to be, we want to have our hands fully on the whole of the business right now. But we post some on Instagram because we need somebody to help us cover when we have private events and we have to divide and conquer. We're getting to the point where we have a lot of times we're going to have 2 private events on the same day. So it's going to take
problems to have.
Great problem to have. But it's going to take a lot of energy, and it's helpful when we get more production time by having that truck staffed out, or while we're at the event, feeling just like, hey, we have somebody who can cover. We don't have to worry about. I have a buddy who's been helping us out, Weston. He's been great. He makes our honey beer. He's the best, but he's been helping us cover a lot of times.
But in essence, you need somebody that's responsible, that could take money and scoop ice cream and not
take money, scoop ice cream, have fun conversations with people, and ideally have a ton of friends that will come visit them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
How did you get to the point where you could take 2 private events in one day? Like, at what point of your kind of business were you like, oh, I feel good taking on this?
So this is just kind of like a personal mentality, but just like we'll say yes and figure it out. And
Okay.
we stole that from Jesse Itzler. I don't know if y'all know who that is. He's kind of he's like a billionaire. He ran a jet company, but he does a lot of speaking events and stuff like that. Now he wrote a book called Living with Seal. It's about him living with David Goggins. But anyways, we kind of took that from him as this idea of like, we're going to say yes and we're going to work to figure it out. We're not going to always poke holes in everything and figure out what might go wrong in this moment. We're going to figure out how we're going to make it go right.
Love that.
So we never really decided to take 2 events in one day. We just decided not to say no when we were asked to take 2 events in one day.
Yeah.
And we have 2 setups. We have a trailer and we have like a deep freezer that we cater out of. So we just throw the deep freezer in the back of the truck, take it. It's kind of built out to look really cute like an ice cream cart. And we'll do an event in the trailer, an event with the deep freezer on the same day. So we've done that. We've done that a couple times now, and it stretches us pretty thin, but we don't get to have to say no to people, which is something that's really important to us right now.
Did you say you had a question, too? No? Did you? No, remember? It must have been important.
Oh, wait, I do.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Come on. Well, drum roll.
How long does it take you to make one flavor?
Oh, great question.
Great question.
Excellent question. It's basically a 3-day process. So there's the cooking the base, and it's hard to define as like to make one flavor because I do it in such big batches that it's like I'm making 6 flavors at a time or whatever. But so we cook the base, then that has to get down to temperature quickly in an ice bath. Then it has to rest in a refrigerator overnight to settle. So that process takes about 24 hours, the cooking, the cooling, and then the settling. And then the day after that, we have to run it through the ice cream machine. And once it comes out of the ice cream machine, we add all the mix-ins in. You're looking at like soft serve texture. It's got to sit in the freezer overnight to get to that hard scoop, American style, Philadelphia style ice cream. So all in all, it's about a 3-day, 48-hour to 72-hour process, depending on how you time it up.
Good question. I feel like we could talk ice cream and eat ice cream all day, but we're coming up on time. So before you go, I got the final things. Location, website, hours, because you're only open a few days.
Yep, only open a few days right now. So we'll start with that. I'll go backwards. So hours, we're open 2 to 9 on Thursday and Sunday, and 2 to 10 on Friday and Saturday. So a little bit more extended hours there on the weekend.
Busy in the early afternoon, or is it kick in after lunch, or
Depends on the weather.
Okay.
So right now it's been very weather dependent. We've had some mornings where it was really pretty and we had a big turnout, and some days where it's rained all day and we have had not a huge turnout. So ready for the summer sun to kind of push the rain away a little bit.
Will those hours be seasonal? Like where you guys change them?
Yeah. So right now we're committed to being in that location until Halloween, basically.
Okay.
So once the weather cools back off, then we're going to figure out what's the next step for us.
So this may not be permanent home.
This may not be permanent forever.
Oh,
Yeah. Could be,
Okay.
but may not be.
okay.
So just figuring out like the next steps in terms of that will come at some point. But right now we're at the corner of 5th and J Street in Bentonville, right next to this big colorful pottery studio that we really enjoy working with. And
And it's a great location.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
You got all the businesses right there on the 5th Street side as you're heading down, like those brick buildings and towards the Meteor, and then everything going on the Walmart campus.
Yep, it's very walkable. It's very bikeable, right off the Greenway. It's not immediately off the Greenway, but just a little bit further. So if you're biking the Greenway, you're really close. So it's been a great spot for us. We've been really excited about it. But yeah, and then come see us on the basically extended weekends, Thursday to Sunday. What was the other?
Social media?
Social media, you can follow us on Instagram at Honeybean ICC, Ice Cream Company. And then our website is honeybeanicc.com.
Are you guys following them already? Yeah.
I do.
You do? Yeah.
I stalked you guys on Instagram, but I'll give you guys a follow.
Good. Give us a follow. Come on, bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring on the follow.
Is it fair to say that you ladies are going to push this through all of your super cool content because now you're famous and you had the best ice cream in town, and therefore watch you have to.
But I mean,
another day.
you're running a business here, so make sure you're charging influencer fees if you're going to be posting about my brand. Okay. Yeah.
Ladies, anything that you'd like to say from your first podcast experience? How pleased were you that the first time you're here, you're eating gourmet high-end ice cream from Hunter?
Good.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
We probably can't have you back because we won't be able to top this, I wouldn't think.
Nope.
No.
Unless we have him back again.
Yeah. I'll make more flavors. We'll do a flavor taste.
Yeah,
Love it.
part 2.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Excited for you in the business. I'm glad that we found you early on. I think you're going to be an absolute home run. And I think that the way that you're making it personalized, you and your wife, the way that you're thinking about expansion, I mean, this is going to be an absolute home run for the area. So I'm excited to continue to support you. I know these lovely ladies are going to share all this amazing content, and you may have to open a few other days now because the demand is going to be so high.
You may have to do it.
I mean, we have millions and millions of followers on the media.
Bring them on.
Thank you, Hunter.
Really.
Millions.
Tennis.
Good job, ladies. Thank you, Hunter.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for having me.